Rio de Janeiro is known for being fun and free. But Brazil actually has a bunch of less liberal laws and rules that few foreigners know of.
A lei mais louca,
we can't make topless on the beach.
Você não pode bater no seu filho.
Você não pode produzir seu próprio açúcar.
You can't be naked at home if anyone can see you.
And yes, this is now forbidden.
não poder usar a caixa de som.
Gente, eu acabei de ficar sabendo isso.
A gente sabe, mas temos caixinha de som, né?
Sobre drogas. Graças a Deus é permitido beber.
Graças a Deus.
Here are the crazy laws of Brazil you simply need to know. And yes, some of these rules even shock me.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a warm welcome back to beautiful Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And while the Brazilians are a people celebrating freedom, free expression, and body positivity, Brazil does have some pretty weird laws and rules. It's time to have a look at the things you wouldn't expect are straight out forbidden in Brazil, and the other things you simply shouldn't be doing. Hold on, you're in for a few surprises.
Quick sample, you can get jailed for making bad jokes using your vape or leaving a kid outside the coffee shop. Copacabana. Since it pretty much functions as a big living room, the beach of Rio de Janeiro is governed by a bunch of rules, many of which are totally unknown to gringos. Latest edition, beach kiosks are no longer allowed to have their own names, making them absolutely hideous. And as this video might get a little complicated, I call for some backup.
Here she comes, the star of the show, Carolina! Hey! Tudo ótimo.
Hey guys.
The true experts of Rio de Janeiro. If you ever have a problem, you better call Carolina.
Depending on the problem sometimes.
But before I scare anyone away, yes, you can still drink everywhere. And the best things in Rio are still for free.
Carolina, back at Copacabana Beach. In Brazil, a country famous for being liberal, but there are some pretty strange rules around here as well.
Yeah, for sure. Compared to others, yes. We are pretty fun, but we still have our rules. We can be a little bit restricted about some stuff.
So let's do this. What's the number one weirdest rule about Brazil?
Okay, I would say that number one, we can't make topless on the beach. You know how small Brazilian bikinis are? But unfortunately, if you take off the top, you can even be arrested for it. So, yeah.
That sucks.
Oi, amigas!
Oi, tudo bom?
Tudo ótimo. Quais são as regras mais loucas, você acha?
Não poder fumar maconha.
Você quer fumar maconha em público?
Sim, em público. Eu acho que devia liberar.
Todo mundo está fumando, nem se você está caminhando à praia, você vai sentir maconha.
Eu acho que deveria ser mais normal fumar assim, sem ser criminalizado. Plantado, né? A gente quer fumar um puro, plantadinho.
And yes, buying it might get you in serious trouble.
Damn it, I don't like how literally everyone looks better than me in these glasses.
Alright, another thing you don't expect is illegal in Brazil.
Walking naked inside home.
Whoa, that's one of my favorite subjects.
So, even inside your house, if you have windows, like the curtains are open and someone still can see you, this is also considered like a public indecence. You can't. Doesn't matter if you are inside your place. If your neighbor can see you, they can call the police.
How many 20-year-old girls have been arrested because they were naked in their apartment?
And the apartment I never heard of, only on the topless topic.
If you're good looking, no one's gonna complain. It's only the ugly people getting arrested. Oi, amiga!
Oi.
Tudo bem?
Tudo bem.
So this is a very strange law for me. When you're in your apartment, you're not allowed to walk around naked if anyone can see you.
É que aqui é muito comum, tipo, quando ele vê, tipo, é só ignorar e tá tudo bem.
Pior é que ele nem se espanta.
Você sabia? You can't be naked at home if anyone can see you.
Ah, eu acho absurdo, porque dentro da tua casa tu pode fazer o que tu quiser, né?
É absurdo.
É absurdo. Tão comum aqui, então é bem normal.
É bom saber, brasileiros também estão peladas na casa.
And since you keep asking, yes, I've moved into my new penthouse.
I can't even begin to describe how unreal this feels.
I came to Brazil on vacation 5 years ago, and now I have my penthouse in Copacabana.
Obviously, a lot more videos are coming up. Meanwhile, I'm actually looking for someone to share it with while pimping it up to true greatness. If you want Rio's most famous gringo as your roomie or wish to rent the whole place, check description. I'm also here for visa and investment advice if you want to make the same journey, buying an apartment to get a permanent visa to Brazil. Follow link in description to book a free call.
The pool is officially open.
And yeah, there will be some party going on. Back to the beach and to one of Rio's most delicate subjects.
Sobre drogas. Em qualquer lugar você pode sentir.
Exatamente.
Por que isso?
É uma terra meio sem lei, né? A gente pode, se a gente quiser, a gente usa, só ninguém pode saber.
Ok, não tem problema se você não fala pra ninguém. Isso é o Brasil. Você precisa pensar de o quê para não ter problemas?
Olha, pode fazer, mas assim, você tem que ter respeito com quem tá passando do seu lado. Geralmente o pessoal faz muito isso. Tem que ter bastante respeito e, tipo, evitar que o cheiro vai para as outras pessoas.
Tem os locais apropriados também,
Também,
né?
bastante. Mas é muito comum, comum. É permitido até certo ponto.
Graças a Deus é permitido beber.
Graças a Deus!
For drinking, rules are inverted. It's going on pretty much 24/7.
Uma regra boa, e você pode beber em qualquer lugar, né?
Sim, a gente pode beber em qualquer lugar, mas tem que beber com moderação também, né? E se beber, não dirija.
That's fair.
Qual é a regra mais louca?
Eu acho que é você não ter direito de expressão, né? E a lei do Brasil ela é bastante cega, né? Ela beneficia uns e desbeneficia outros.
Vamos mudar isso.
Vamos!
Time to bite the sour apple. New rule about speakers on the beach.
Bringing your own music and disturbing others, no.
So now we're gonna have police running around on the beach, grabbing people, playing music on speakers.
I think only if you're smoking weed.
Oi! Tudo bem?
Tudo, e você?
Sou ótimo. Tem sol, tem tudo. Mas tem algumas regras estranhas no Brasil. Você sabia que não é permitido tocar música na praia?
Que bom, porque é muito barulho.
Você prefere a praia sem caixinha do som?
Sim, com certeza. É bem barulho do mar. Melhor.
Você sabia que não está permitido por enquanto tocar música na praia?
Gente, eu acabei de ficar sabendo isso. Eu acho isso um abuso, porque a gente tava escutando música agora mesmo. Eu acho que todo mundo deveria trazer sua caixinha e ouvir música e ser liberado, tá de boa. A praia é grande.
É uma abusa.
Here's a guy who just doesn't care.
Tudo bem? Oh, beleza? Você sabia que isso não é totalmente legal?
É Rio de Janeiro vibes. Brasil, tudo liberado, legalizado, tudo tranquilo. Tomar um whiskinho, uma gin, uma tanqueiraizinha, todo mundo fica feliz, legal.
Yes, this new rule is taken very lightly.
Se você quiser escutar bem baixinho, pra você, acho que tá tudo bem.
Eu tenho ele. Ele não é super grande. Vai ser problema usar ele?
Não, escutando só pra você ali, bem baixinho, o suficiente pra você escutar, tá ótimo.
You don't think they're gonna be hunting gringos playing their Frank Sinatra classics on this one?
In theory, they're saying that you can't do this anymore, but I honestly don't believe that Brazilians are gonna respect it at all.
I'm inclined to say the same.
And this is how you do it legal.
It's now been a month with this new rule and I can barely tell the difference. And talking about fun and music, book me to perfect your dating skills to stay safe in Rio and for the perfect wingman and party. Check description.
I literally don't have the words to describe how good this week has been.
That's one of the best times in my life.
I've had an amazing experience meeting people, partying, adventuring. If you got something done this yet, just join. What do you wait? Just do it.
You have to check Swedish Gringo.
I couldn't recommend it more. My heart breaks.
And to know what's going on in Rio de Janeiro on a daily basis, don't forget to follow my Instagram account, Swedish Gringo.
Yeah, still on the beach.
Qual é a lei mais louca do Brasil?
A lei mais louca?
Quais regras você quer mudar?
A privatização nas praias. Isso eu mudaria.
As praias podem ser privadas?
Algumas estão tendo privatização.
Que você não pode produzir seu próprio açúcar. É proibido por lei.
É verdade?
É verdade. É porque é muito fácil, então isso quebraria as indústrias, então
Sim.
não pode.
Deve ser permitido bronzear topless no Brasil?
Não, no Brasil?
Aqui você pode mostrar quase tudo, mas não tirar.
No Brasil tem algumas partes que tem.
É, tem mesmo.
Sim.
E são bastante ainda, né?
Sim.
Você não quer como é isso acontecendo em público.
Acho que todas o pessoal não ia querer.
É.
As regras agora são justas. Ficar topless e legal aqui no Brasil, isso é bom ou loucura?
Tem praia específica pra isso, mas eu acho que a gente não deveria continuar assim mesmo, tampando e tá ótimo.
Oh yeah, I already did a full video on this subject if you wanna indulge.
Okay.
All right, makeup on, now we're ready to go again. Yeah, so one thing you will see here in Brazil, it's people smoking. You see a lot of cigarettes around here in Brazil, but you also see something else, right?
Yeah, vaping. You see everyone is smoking everywhere inside clubs, on the beach, but they are completely forbidden in Brazil. You can't fabricate those in Brazil, and you can also import.
You're out partying, every 10th person will have a vape. You're
Yes.
telling me this is illegal? You can actually get fined for this?
Yes, the problem about vapes is you can't know exactly what is inside.
But if it turned out the vape was just a vape without any illegal drugs inside of it, would you still get fined for just having a vape with tobacco?
With Brazilians would not be a problem, but for tourists, they're gonna try because you don't know the rules, so.
And watch out, the ocean is illegally unpredictable. Yeah guys, let's spend some quality time in Ipanema, by many considered a little classier.
Oi, amigas!
Oi!
Quais são as regras mais loucas do Brasil?
Aqui no Rio de Janeiro, por exemplo, de não poder usar a caixa de som na praia. Eu acho isso muito... Eu acho absurdo.
And this poor girl was sleeping.
Hola, ¿cómo están? ¿Todo bien?
Milagros.
Sim.
Quais regras são loucas aqui no Brasil?
Cara, mas eu não sei as regras. Olha, eu acho que as regras são boas, que a vida seja mais...
Let's give her some time to wake up.
Brazil, the land of the free, land of liberty, right? I've had a little mouse telling me that Brazil doesn't really have a free speech.
Yes, some speech that can be normal in Brazil, this can be a crime. You can use, in some countries, racist terms that, of course, is not cool at all, but in Brazil, this can even take you to jail. Even if it's in sense of joke, there are some groups, especially minorities, that you have very specific laws about it and you can't say.
So, offending anyone with racist or homosexual comments will possibly put you to jail.
Yeah, first, this turns you into an asshole, but also can make you a criminal.
It's gotta be pretty damn hard being a comedian in Brazil. Oi, amigas!
Oi!
Oi! Vocês não são brasileiras, né?
Não, Argentina.
Argentina. Vocês sabem, não é permitido tocar música.
A gente sabe, mas temos caixinha de som, né?
Tem regras aqui no Brasil, mas
Se
não
a
tem
polícia
problema.
não vê, tá tudo bem. Se tem a polícia de perto, você tem que parar de fazer.
O mundo precisa mais música, não menos música.
Muito mais.
And the exact same thing goes for caipirinha.
And now a rule that all you vloggers coming here should know about, right?
Yes, you really need to be careful about recording people on the street without a permission. Is already a problem, but the main problem is if you publish this without the person's consent. Even more if you're monetizing with their image. This can really turn into a lawsuit.
You're almost American. You like to sue people as well.
It's something that everyone is doing anyways. You just need to be careful. Like if you have a big channel or if this is gonna be shown to a lot of people, then of course you're gonna have more impact because of it.
You heard her, hit subscribe to get me in jail. And since there are still some confusion about this amongst gringos,
Qual é a lei sobre maconha aqui? Permitido ou não?
É proibido?
Proibido é mais gostoso.
Tem muita liberdade no Brasil.
Tem muita liberdade no Brasil para sair na rua, para caixinha de som, para fumar. Pode andar tranquilo na rua, pode ficar com muitas pessoas, pode sair de festa todas as noites.
Ficar com muitas pessoas.
Na verdade tem a possibilidade de fazer também.
Vida mais leve aqui no Rio, né?
Sim, eu gosto da praia. Muito.
Cheers!
Uma coisa que temos no Brasil que eu não concordo, você trabalha 6 dias na semana e folga 1 dia na semana.
You guys gotta work 6 days a week. I'm not sure I wanna be Brazilian after all.
just kidding, I'm still working my 16-hour shifts. How am I still alive? And this no-name rule for kiosks, I hate it. I hope I'm allowed to say that.
You gotta really watch your mouth. What you're saying to people here can get you in consequences, right?
Right. You can't just say whatever you want by any time. For example, you can just accuse someone of something if you have no way to prove. Even if you are right, even if it happened to you, you need to be very careful, otherwise this can turn against you. This can be a crime.
So if I get robbed by some guy and I point him out, but I don't have the evidence, I can actually get into trouble again?
Yes, because till the point where you can actually prove that you are a victim, you are a supposed victim. So you can't just say things, because just by saying it here, you can be penalized even more if their lawyers are better than yours.
So if you're ever getting into legal trouble, getting robbed or anything like that, you have to go straight to the police. You simply can't tell anyone about it.
Yes, you can say what happened, but don't put the person's name and don't expose their image otherwise.
Seems to me like Brazilians are very careful about their reputation.
Except on Carnival.
Please remember, guys, bad-mouthing someone publicly might be a crime.
Qual é a regra mais louca do Brasil?
Você é obrigado a votar. Se você não vota, você precisa pagar uma taxa.
So if I don't vote, and I will have to pay a fine.
Right.
Vai custar dinheiro?
Se você não quer votar, você precisa pagar uma taxa.
Can you go to prison for not voting?
Não preso.
Ok, Mila.
Você sabia que não é mais permitido tocar música na praia?
Eu não sabia, você me contou agora. É isso, se você quer colocar música, coloca, mas tem que ser consciente que se tem pessoas perto, pode baixar um pouco.
Mas tem muita liberdade no Brasil, né?
Eu acho que sim. Siga nele. Já não sei falar português, perdão.
Obrigado.
Meu nome é Milagros. Mila.
There you go.
Algumas outras coisas loucas do Brasil.
Você não pode bater no seu filho.
Você não pode educar. Precisa educar leve. Não está ruim.
And that, my friends, concludes our day at the beach. Now some quick ones from Carolina.
Alright, now let's just run through some other crazy laws about Brazil. You're welcome, Carolina. 3 crazy things about Brazilian law.
Cremation. You can't just spread the ashes over loved ones in public space.
So what exactly would happen if you go spread my ashes on Copacabana Beach?
A huge fine.
Money.
Yes.
That's what you call a double whammy.
And number 2?
You can't leave kids alone, never. Not just for 5 minutes on the car or just a little bit at home if you're going out to do something quick.
So if I leave my non-existent child on the stroller outside the cafe for 5 minutes, I could end up in jail.
Yes, kids alone, never. Is a negligence crime in Brazil, and this really can put you in prison. And I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you can't ride jet skis by your own here if you don't have a license.
I haven't even seen anyone having a jet ski driver's license.
Que coisa maluca.
Depois, amigo, lembrei. Só terminar. There's no law against interrupting YouTube videos, apparently. So that happens in Brazil.
Okay, let's go again.
I have never ever seen a driver's license for jet ski.
Actually, there is a point on this. A lot of Brazilians riding drunk and causing accidents.
Yeah, don't ride drunk, but ridiculous. Have you ever seen in your life a driver's license for a jet ski?
Yes, on the yacht party we had to use it.
I can with 100% certainty say that there were people, at least one person who didn't have a driver's license.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Let's keep this one between us.
All right, so we have all these crazy laws here in Brazil, but to be honest, do anyone here really give a about following them?
Not that I'm aware of.
Cheers for that.
And that concludes the whole thing. Although politicians might be eager to create new laws, the Brazilians only choose to follow if they make sense.
And don't forget to hit me up for some safety training and ground rules before you arrive. It will make your stay smoother and definitely more fun. Also, check description for your copy of my Single Man's Guide to Rio or my Ultimate Rio Travel Guide. And for help with any kind of visa or investing in an apartment, check description or reach out to me with an email. Thanks for watching and be safe.